Hey workout buddies, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a yoga routine that you can do to help you prepare for bed. We're holding each pose for a little longer today to help dissolve any tension and also release any unwanted toxins. Holding each pose for a little bit longer also causes your body to release hyaluronic acid, which has a very anti-aging effect on your body. This routine also ends in an optional meditation so that you can go to bed with the most peaceful mind. Alright, let's get started. Find a comfortable seated position with your legs crossed and your spine straight. Let your hands rest on your knees and close your eyes. Start to bring your mind's attention to the air that's flowing in and out of your nostrils. You know that triangular area from the tip of your nose to where the nostrils meet the face. Try to focus your mind's eye on that area and the air flowing through that area as we transition into the evening and prepare our body and our mind for a restful night of sleep. Now from here, gently open your eyes and place your right hand on your left knee, left palm behind your left hip. Deep inhale here, and exhale, twist your torso to the left. Gaze over your left shoulder. Deep inhales and deep exhales here. Now come back to center and go over to the other side. Right palm behind your right hip, left hand on your right knee, and twist. Deep inhales and deep exhales here, guys. Just a couple breaths here. Alright, slowly come back to center, staying with your breath. Now take your right hand and reach it over to the right on the floor and start bending towards the right as you reach your left arm up and over. Nice. Now from here, just come back up to the middle. Keep your right hand where it is on the floor towards the right. Now bend your left arm so your left hand falls over your right ear. Lean your head gently to the left. You want to make sure you're doing this very, very gently, and don't forget to breathe. Now release your left hand and use it to push your neck back to center. Let's do the other side. Reach your left arm to the left arm straight, left fingertips on the floor, and start bending over to the left side as you reach your right arm up and over to the left. A few deep breaths here. Alright, come back up and keep your left hand where it is. Drop your right hand over your left ear and gently, super duper gently, lean your head towards the right, giving that neck and trapezius a very nice stretch. And just breathe for a few moments. Now right hand on right ear, push your head gently straight. From here, uncross your legs a bit and bring the soles of your feet together. Try to bring your heels as close to your pelvis as possible. And from here, with a straight back, just start walking your hands forward. Just a few breaths. Now come back up to sitting and bring your knees together and crawl forward into tabletop pose. We're going to do a few cat-cows. So inhale, soft belly, glance up cow. Exhale, round your spine up like a cat, drawing in your stomach. Inhale, relax the belly, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one, guys. Inhale deep to cow. Exhale, round the spine, stomach draws in. Very nice, guys. Now go into neutral spine tabletop pose. Open your knees wide and push your hips all the way back to child's pose. Forehead on the ground. And bring your attention back to the breath. Just giving your mind a break from all those thoughts. From here, reach your hands forward, palms flat, and tuck your toes and push your hips up all the way to downward facing dog. So walk your dog a little bit here. Bend one knee at a time as you lower the opposite heel to the floor. Now, full-blown downward facing dog for a few breaths. Activate those arms and create space in the upper back. But don't forget to breathe, guys. And from here, just walk your hands to your feet And when you get to your feet, just grab your elbows. Head and neck dangling free. Bend your knees if you feel like you need to. Release your hands and grab your big toes with your first 2 fingers. Inhale as you straighten out your back. Exhale as you bend your elbows and fold deep. Release your hands and interlace your fingers behind you. Straighten your arms outwards. And just simply open your right chest towards the right, bending your left knee a little bit. 1 breath. And then on the next breath, do the same with the other side. So open your left chest towards the left as you bend your right knee. Now come back to center for a breath and release your arms, palms back on the floor. Bend your knees if you need to, and walk your hands out to downward facing dog. And from down dog, your left heel is a little low. Just lift your right leg up to the sky. Open up your right hip if that feels good. Then bring your right leg into pigeon pose. So your right foot is going to be close to your left hand, and your right knee is going to be close to your right hand. And drop your left knee to the floor, the top of the right foot on the floor as well. Deep inhale here. Exhale, make a pillow with your forearms and rest your forehead on your arms. We're going to just stay here for a moment and let this pose make space in all the areas that you're feeling. From here, walk up with your hands and lean into your outer right hip. And bring your left leg all the way forward and straight. Bring the sole of your right foot into the inner part of your left thigh. Reach your hands up to the sky on an inhale. Exhale, fold and reach for your toes. Slowly come back up to sitting and bring your right knee up. And then bring your right foot to the outside of your right hip. Please go gentle, guys. If this doesn't feel good on your knees, you should definitely modify by putting a pillow under your butt or just have your hands in front of you for support. But if you feel like it feels right, you can start putting your hands behind your hips and just start leaning back. Just go to the degree where you feel a really nice stretch on your knee and quad. Do not jam your body into this pose if it doesn't feel right. That's the easiest way to get injured. So just feel what you feel and then decide. The next progression would be going down all the way to the floor. So just find the perfect place for you today. It's different every single day. And we're gonna just stay here for a moment, creating a little space in those connective tissues. Come slowly back to sitting if you decide to lie down, and lean to the left a little and bring the right leg out slowly in front. Shake your leg if you need to, let that blood rush through, and crawl forward to tabletop pose. And from tabletop pose, just progress into downward facing dog. Walk your dog a little bit, letting all that blood rush back into the right leg. Now right heel a little low, lift your left leg up to the sky and open your left hip up if you want. And then simply bring your left shin into pigeon pose. So left foot by your right hand, left knee by your left hand. Inhale deep here. Make a pillow with your forearms. Exhale, fall forward and relax your forehead on your arms. If there's any thoughts you don't need, let them go here. And bring your attention back to the breath. Now walk your hands back up and lean into your outer left hip and bring your right leg out straight. Bend your left leg and bring the heel of your left foot into the inner right thigh. Flex your right foot and reach your arms high. Deep inhale here. Exhale, fold. Come back up to sitting and staying with your breath. Left knee to the sky first, and then left foot to the outer left hip. Take your time, there's no need to rush. Go gentle and feel how things feel. Keep your arms in front for support if you need it, Or if it feels right, just start leaning back and go all the way to the floor, but only if that feels right. And we're gonna just stay here, giving that left knee a little much needed love. Come slowly back up to sitting if you decide to lay down, and lean to the right a little and bring the left leg out. Shake it out if you need to. And just crawl forward to tabletop pose. Hands shoulder width apart and knees hips distance. So inhaling, lift your chin slightly, slight dip in your lower back, and exhaling, lower your hips to your feet, forehead rests on the floor. Inhaling to all fours. Exhale, engage your core, draw in your stomach as you lower your hips to your feet. Last one, guys. Inhaling as you go to tabletop pose, and slightly more forward as you glance up softly. Exhaling as you push your hips all the way back. Now inhale, go into tabletop pose, but this time, tuck your toes and push your hips all the way to downward facing dog. From here, lower your knees to the floor and walk your hands out forward until your legs are straight behind you. Release your toes and relax your hips and bring your forearms on the ground. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. Elbows are right underneath your shoulders. A gentle backward bend with your neck in a relaxed position. And just close your eyes and go back to your breath again. Now from here, push into your palms and go into Cobra pose. Glance up softly and a couple breaths in Cobra pose. Now from Cobra, just push your hips all the way to the sky, back to downward facing dog. Deep inhale here. Open your mouth, exhale deeply. As you draw in your stomach and gently push your dog a little deeper, and we're going to just stay here for a few breaths. Last breath, full-blown downward facing dog. Then on an inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot in between your hands. Left knee drops to the floor. You can put a pillow or a towel under your knee if you need to. And release the top of your left foot. Now both hands to the left side of your right foot. Slide your right foot a little over to the right. And just start dipping your arms to the ground to your own degree. You can be on your palms with your elbows a little bent, or you can have your forearms all the way flat on the ground. Just go to the degree where you feel something. Not too much, not too little, because we're going to stay here for a while to really let those areas that you're feeling dissolve. Walk your hands back up, right hand on the outside of the right knee. Let's take pigeon pose again. Sometimes doing the same pose twice in the sequence, you'll notice a difference already in those hips. So open your hands wide and heel toe, slide your right foot to the left, right knee falls to the right. And when you're ready, just make a pillow with your hands and fall forward. Walk your hands back up. Right leg loves to come out slow, all the way back to plank pose. And when you get to plank pose, just push your hips back to downward facing dog. Deep inhale in dog. Exhale as you draw your stomach in and gently go a little deeper in dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, step it in between your hands and slide your left foot a little to the left. Your hands should be inside the foot, and drop your right knee and slide it back a little bit as you untuck your right toes. And when you're ready, just start dipping to the degree where you feel something. And close your eyes here if you want, and breathe into those areas that you're feeling. Walk your hands back up, left hand back on the outside of the left foot, and open your hands a little wider and just heel toe, slide into pigeon pose. And a deep inhale here. Exhale, make a pillow with your arms and rest your forehead on your arms. Let's just stay here for a moment, allowing all the tension in this area to dissolve and melt away. Alright, walk your hands back up. Left leg loves to come out slow, all the way back to plank pose. So inhale in plank pose. Exhale, push your hips all the way back to downward facing dog. And when you get to down dog, just cross your legs behind you and sit up tall. Bring your legs straight in front of you and open your legs as wide as it goes. It could be wider than mine or less than mine. I have a very unique body type, as do you. So just go to a degree where it feels right to you. And start walking your hands forward until you find that perfect stretch, and we're going to just stay here. Alright, come back up to sitting and bring your legs gently back together. Shake your legs out if you need to. Inhale, reach your arms up high and flex your toes. Exhale, fold and reach for your toes. You don't have to actually be able to grab your toes in order to benefit from this pose. If you're feeling a nice deep stretch across the backside of your legs, that's really all that matters. It doesn't matter where your hands are. We're not training for Cirque du Soleil here. We're just using the pose to take care of our bodies. A few moments here to allow the tension you're feeling dissolve. Now from here, just come back up to sitting and hug your knees into your chest. Make sure there's enough room behind you to lie down. And bring your feet slightly off the floor and start rocking forward and backward until your back hits the floor. And when your back hits the floor, just keep your knees bent and feet shoulders width apart. And when you're ready, bring your hips off the floor, going into bridge pose. We're gonna hold bridge pose and interlace our fingers underneath our hips. Gently pull your arms straight towards your feet, and don't forget those nice, long, deep breaths. Just a few moments here. Release your hands back to your sides and slowly lower your hips to the floor. Now cross your right foot on top of your left thigh. Reach through the opening and grab your left shin. Flex your feet and pull the leg in towards your chest, giving that right hip a very nice touch. Give that leg one last squeeze and release your left foot onto the ground. Now cross your right leg over your left leg and your right arm goes straight over to the right as you drop your knees to the left. Glance over to the right and twist. This pose loves deep inhales and deep exhales. Come back to center and unravel your legs, and then just squeeze both knees into your chest. Now, right foot to the floor, left foot rests on top of the right thigh. Reach through the opening and grab your right shin. Pull your right shin in towards your chest and just really gently stretch that left hip. Close your eyes and just feel what you're feeling. All the tension melting away. And breathe, guys. And give that leg one last squeeze and then release. Cross your left leg over your right. Left arm opens out to the left. Knees fall to the right. And glance towards the left and twist gently. Don't forget about those deep inhales and deep exhales. Very nice, guys. Come back to center and hug both knees into your chest. Now release your hands by your side and bring your legs up straight to the sky. Flex your feet and try to grab your toes. If you can't grab your toes, use a towel and wrap it around your feet so you can pull on them gently. And make sure your back and neck are straight, resting on the floor. Alright, release your hands down by your side and super gently bring your feet to the floor over your head. Now, it doesn't have to touch the floor. Make sure your neck and shoulders are flat and feeling safe, and just simply go to the degree where it feels right. Now bend your elbows and put your hands on your lower back for support, and one leg at a time bring it up to the sky. So this pose is the easy version of the headstand. It's not as intense or difficult as doing the headstand, but almost everyone can try to do this version. And in addition to that, you reap all the benefits of doing a headstand with this pose without actually doing a headstand. They call this the king of all yoga poses because it reverses all the effects that gravity has on our body every single day. And that's why we're going to hold it a little longer than the other poses, so we can let it do its thing. Now slowly, one leg at a time, bring your feet back to the floor over your head. And when you get there, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll out in complete control until you're lying flat on the floor. And when you get to the floor, bend your knees and let them fall out to the side as you bring the soles of your feet together. Rest your arms by your side, or you can cactus them out. And just close your eyes and start noticing any subtle sensations that you're feeling throughout your body. And if you're still with us, we're going to transition to the meditation part of this practice and prepare you for a relaxing and deep sleep. So for a few moments, just feel the breath going in and out of your nose. You're not breathing deep anymore, just natural breath, so that if someone hears you breathing, they would think that you're in a very calm and peaceful place. With each inhale, a cleansing flow of oxygen filling your body, and each exhale, anything you don't want or don't need dissipating. And from here, lying on the floor with your eyes closed, just start bringing into your mind's eye, one by one, all the things you have to be grateful for. You can think about how fortunate you are to have access to food. You can think of your loved ones and go through them one by one. And just think about how great it is to have them in your life. You can think of your home, the place where you feel safe, and just the fact that you have a roof over your head, access to internet so that you can do this routine. Or you can think of all the animals and plants that died today so that you can eat. I know it sounds a bit morbid, but isn't it sad how often we forget to acknowledge all that life is giving us? We cry and complain so much about every little thing and that we're not happy. But how can we ever be happy if we're a complainer? So just take a few moments and remember one by one all the trillions of things you have to be grateful for. Now from here, see if you can repeat to yourself silently, I am grateful, I feel peaceful, and my body is deeply relaxed. As though you're convincing yourself of the truth. And if you feel your mind drifting, just bring it back to those words. A few moments in silence until you drift into a deep stillness. I wish you all a good night of sleep and sweet dreams. Namaste.